Good morning. Good morning. What an epic day yesterday for those who were on that journey with me. Okay, I just did a couple client calls this morning and I wanted to share something with you guys because I realized I love that feeling along the way where you have this realization, especially for those of you who are, online thought leaders or coaches, that kind of stuff. You have this realization that there's something really powerful that you do that you didn't realize is part of why you are who you are, how you got where you are. This is my son's car. It's like small. My head barely fits in it. Good morning. Who's here? Say hello to me. Let's see. If you're on the replay, we're doing hashtag never quit. Hashtag never quit. So one of the things that I realized is one of the things that have caused such massive success for me that I've never really talked about. I think which in part I learned from my mentor, Kat. Part of it I learned from her. Part of it was just who I am. But not until this morning did I find the words for it, actually. But it's really powerful, right? Good morning, Anne. Who else is here? So here's what it is. Basically, this is going to sound very dramatic, but this is where I live. If you want to know what's inside my brain, this is what it really looks like, right? So we all go through, so one of my private clients this morning is just getting her ass kicked. And we all go through those phases where we get our mother loving ass kicked. And we always think that we're the weird one getting our ass kicked or being depressed or feeling angry or, just feeling like we have zero give a fucks left in us or whatever the thing is. We feel like something's wrong with us because we're going through that, but nothing's wrong. We all go through it. It is what it is, right? So, of course, I think part of what feels so good for my clients is my ability to be able to reflect back to them that there's nothing wrong with them, that this is all very normal and very predictable, and everyone else that I've ever coached has gone through this. I've gone through this. All my mentors that have given me insights into their life have all gone through this, and that nothing's wrong, right? But there is this thing that I bring to the table. Hi, Erica. Hi, Jennifer. Jennifer, I get to talk to you later. There is this thing that I bring to the table. It's like what my arena looks like, right? Like I got that from Brene Brown, which is basically like in the arena where everybody's getting their ass kicked. But for me, I've decided that my arena looks like basically this God-designed thing that he puts down is like, oh, Mandy wants this. I see that she's going to have to clean this or season this up. We're going to put this arena so she can do that. And then she gets to have this. So every circumstance that I go through, I don't just say it. I don't just preach it. In my heart, in my soul, and in my body, and every cell of my being, I really believe it's for me. Like, this is for me. I'm going to soak every little piece and penny I can out of this, right? Like, I'm going to get everything that I can get out of this. So recently I made this big mistake. Most of my, I used to say tribe, but now I'm really becoming more aware. I used to think that stuff was like, oh, people are just getting offended, blah, blah, blah. It's really not. I mean, the tribe one I don't fully understand, but yeah, I've grown into the woman who cares about my language. Words matter. I saw that and I started crying. It's true. Words matter. So I'm going to do my best to not say tribe anymore. My community, because I don't like followers either, like my followers. I mean, technically that's what they're called, but that does not feel good. They're just my people, my friends, my family. I don't know what to call it. We'll work that out. Anyway, so as I, like most of my community I've been really open and honest that like, oh, I made a big mistake. I fell on my face pretty hardcore, like a 5-month fall on my face, and had to eat some humble pie and clean up my own mess. And in that, every single second of every single day, I've been asking myself, how is this for me? If this was the greatest thing that ever happened to me, why would this have happened to me? And who would have guessed, right? Like one of the things I just shared with one of my private clients, because she inspires me so much around like fitness and nutrition and stuff. One of the things was, who would have thought on the other side of a like financial novice mistake in my company, as someone who's only run a company for 4 years, and 4 years ago was a girl on welfare, pretty predictable that I would make some mistakes. As the girl who like made that mistake, part of the value I got is for 10 years, I have been trying to get back to running. For 10 years, my daughter is 10. I used to run 10 miles a day when I got pregnant with her. 3 months in, my joints got really loose from the fluids that your body releases for birth, and it just never really corrected itself for a long time. And then I went on antidepressants after that. I gained a bunch of weight after that, like this whole story. And I tried a million things to get back to running. I mean, I hired running coaches, I did everything, and I just couldn't get back to running. And then magically on the other side of this huge thing, I all of a sudden start running again. I'm up to 4 miles a day again. And I feel it. I can feel that I'm getting back like 5, once it's 5, then it'll be like go out 5, turn around 5. So it'll be 10 in very short order. And I'm loving every second of it. But who would have thought that that deep longing of mine would come out of something in my company, a financial mistake that it doesn't feel like a mistake. It was a mistake, but it doesn't feel like a mistake because I've wired that in. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, you have no idea what amazing is coming out of the shitstorm that you go through. And what really matters is, as human beings, how do we walk through that storm? So what is the highest level of, if we could tell the story about like, okay, I'm getting my ass kicked, I'm in this storm, I screwed some stuff up, whatever the case is, I feel depressed, I feel flat, I feel angry, my son left home and it kicked up all these things that I wasn't expecting, I left this relationship, I'm questioning my marriage, whatever the stuff is, right? If in those moments we can look for the gold, you will find it. I'm telling you, you will find it, and it'll be beyond your wildest dreams. It's like, and here's the motto that I use. This is how I really, really actually live. And maybe this is from being living in trauma and in such deep poverty for so long. I'm not really sure, but it serves me, okay? And this is what it is. It's I don't fucking quit. I never quit. And then we define what quitting looks like. So let's use my company, this example I used with my private client this morning, right? Oh, thank you, Erica, right? Good morning, Amanda. So, the example is basically, let's take my company. So in order for me to fail at my company, it would have to look like I have such bad credit that I can't get any credit cards or any loans or something like that. They're all maxed out and I can't pay my team and I have to start laying people off. And after I laid people off, I still couldn't even pay my bills. And now I have to go into bankruptcy and I lose my house and I have to like live on the streets in a box with my kids, or I can't afford food, or whatever the thing. Like, that's what failure looks like. That's failure. How far we are from that place when we quit. Right? Like, failure in running, 10 years, I was trying to get back to running. For 10 years, it drove me insane, right? But what did failure looks like? My body is crippled and I'm in a wheelchair and I'll never run again. Or whatever other scenario I can't even think of as to why it would look like actual final failure. Like, you finally have failed. You have failed. There's no way to make this happen again. You can never run again, right? Like, that's what failure looks like. It took me 10 years to get back to running. And who would have thought that it was this weird financial thing in my company that I did that I was so ashamed of, or that I was tempted to beat myself up about, or that I had to eat a whole bunch of humble pie in order to correct and clean up my own fucking mess and take responsibility for it, right? But it's really outrageously amazing and unbelievable to live the life where you look for the gold in all of the crap and you give yourself permission to just never quit and get really clear, like, what does quitting actually look like? What does failure actually look like? And we fail or we break through. That's it. There is no quitting. So when you're in the thick of it, when the financial pressure's on, when you feel like you try to get yourself in your company and you just won't show up, or you won't scale to that next level, or you won't manage your team the way you want to, or whatever the thing is in your life, whether it's fitness or it's love and romance. I have a love workshop coming up. It's going to be incredible. If you have any kind of longings or desires in your life for deeper intimacy or freedom or fun around romance and sensuality and intimacy and love and all the things, it's for women only. Make sure you get your ass in that workshop. mandyperry.com/dating workshop. It's for all and any woman, okay? And it's Thursday. I'm running it Thursday. Oh my God, it's going to be amazing. And it's just a one-time workshop. You'll get the access to the replay forever. But if you start living life like, no matter what circumstances there, and I know this can sound airy-fairy, but I'm telling you, look at my life. It's not airy-fairy. This is very real. This is very, like, if you want massive transformation, this is what it looks like, right? So every circumstance or situation is like, oh my God, this is really for me. Like, I'm this loved. I'm this taken care of. Like, oh, look at all the crazy shit going on just so that I could have everything that I desire. I'm that loved and taken care of. Okay, so what's the gold? What's the lesson here? What in me is trying to mature? And then actually letting that be the thing that you get to have. And along the way, recognizing, what does failure look like? What does success look like? And what does quitting look like? And I can't tell you how many times I watch people quit when they are miles and leagues away from what it would actually look like to have failed. They're so far away from failure, it's not even funny, but yet they're telling themselves the story, I failed. I only got 2 people in the program, I failed. What? That is not what failure looks like. That is not failure. Even my massive screw up that I just made in the, a couple months, 5 months ago, whatever, that was so far from failure. That was just a hiccup. I just was naive, or I came up against the line that oh, there's the line. Okay, now I learned, now I'll take a step back, right? It's so far from failure. And the fact that these powerful, incredible people are walking around feeling like failures, it breaks my heart. Just no. So this morning I was thinking, I haven't done a drop offer in a while. I would love to work with a couple people that feel like they haven't mastered this energy. They haven't mastered the relief of seeing that they're so far away from failure, it's not even funny, and embodying that everything gets to be for me energy, because you have no idea of the actual breakthrough that will consistently happen in every area of your life if you just do that. And I don't know how long it's going to take. It took me 10 years to get to the running. Why? I don't know. Maybe I'll never understand why. Maybe I will. Maybe when I'm hitting 10 miles again, I'll just have this epiphany and understand what really happened, why it took 10 years. I don't know, but I never failed because I never quit. Right there. And if you could feel the relief of what it feels like to live in a day where you realize how far you are away from failure, instead of but what if in 3 months I can't make this payment? Or, but what if at the end of this month I couldn't do this? Or what if I, am too messy that my team doesn't like working with me? Or what if I, make a fool out of myself by being super vulnerable and sharing exactly where I am online and choosing to lead from this space? And this is what it really looks like. And this is how I walk myself through this. This is how I choose. This is Mandy Perry in the middle of a storm. This is what I do. This is what I believe. This is what it feels like. And trust and know that the people who are like, oh, that's how I feel, that's what's going on in my life, but look at how she's walking herself through. I want to walk myself through that way. This is all it really is. That's what leadership is. Just someone else has a higher standard in that particular area of life, right? And we identify with who I identify with, and then we see how they manage and handle and choose and operate and receive, and we love that. And so we want to get closer to it, and that's what it is. So I just wanted to pop on and offer a couple spots. You can just PM me if this resonates. And what this is specifically for is I'm going to walk with you every single day for you to be able to understand and feel how everything is for you, to learn how to siphon the gold out of that, and to learn how to feel that relaxed feeling of being so far away from failure, and knowing how to feel like what success looks like, and what does failure look like, and what does quitting look like, and how to navigate it when you want to quit. What do you do when you're in that space and you want to quit? And more importantly, you might not know this, right? To you, it'll probably feel like how to not quit when you want to quit, right? But what it really is being able to notice that you're quitting. Most of my clients that I've worked with, after working with thousands of people, they don't even notice when they're quitting. They have some kind of other story, like I launched a program and it was supposed to start on the 5th, and nobody joined by the 3rd, so I decided to make it a one-on-one offer. That's quitting, right? That is quitting. We see everything all the way through with grace and ease and a feeling of as long as I'm doing my best and I'm showing up and I'm doing my part, the rest is not on me. And I get to siphon every bit of learning from every effort that I do for everything. Everything I do gets to give me 10 times fold the value. And that's really what it's like for me. And I realize and recognize this is a big gift that I have, that I've done from the beginning, that I've never really talked about. So I wanted to create space for that. If this resonates, hi Kimberly, I can barely see. Hi Tina, hello girls. You are preaching some truth. Gosh, I needed this lady. I'm so glad you were here too. This went wrong. I can keep going and adjust. I have not failed. Not even almost. It's it's hilarious. People, oh, I failed. Or the money, they feel like people will straight up feel, and I'm not laughing at them. I'm laughing because I know exactly what this feels like. We all do this, #human. It's we feel like we're right on the brink of being in a cardboard box on the side of a road, like begging for pennies so we can feed our children, and we're all starving to death. That's how we feel when all that, it's we just had a little blip, or I'm not really sure what's going to happen. The wiring is all jacked up. So if this resonates with you, if you know this is okay, this is an energy I have not embodied, this is going to take your ass to the next level. And I just wanted to open up a couple spaces for people through Voxer. We'll do some one-on-one coaching, and I'll have you access to Voxer. And this is not going to be an expensive one, because this is going to be very easy for me to help you navigate, and the results are going to be outrageous, because how much more powerful can you show up on the planet until you become untouchable, right? Okay, if I was going to name this offer, it would be called Untouchable. So this is officially a drop offer for Untouchable with one-on-one access to me consistently every single day. And that's the work, so that on the other side, you get to feel that freedom, that power, and that what it feels like is momentum, right? It feels like momentum to get, so like, I feel like I have momentum, like I'm just gaining ground everywhere in every area of my life, and nothing changed but you. And then because you changed, everything starts to change in every area of life, right? Like that's what's happening for me. So my money is getting organized, and like, oh my God, my team, like I have a new CFO and they sent me this whole, like, this was your numbers for last month, and this is the forecasted, and this is like, I don't even remember what else, but it was like, oh my God, I feel so taken care of. And then it's like, oh, my son leaving and all that getting organized, and the back end of, like, you know, all these things from the divorce that I didn't know how to do got organized, and my company got organized. If you guys go on my website to the opt-in, go get the opt-in. It's like 5 free videos, and then it follows up with even more value, and it's all pretty. MandyPerry.com. Make sure you go grab the free stuff on there. There's tons of free stuff on there, by the way. And then, you know, now fitness and losing weight and running again. It's not just losing the weight, it's the running. I'm running again. It's just like everything's working out and everything feels good. And it's all because of this skill right here. Because I could easily take the stance and look at all the shit that's not right now, and all the stuff that's messy and crazy and hard and embarrassing, and I could easily take a different position, but this position is incredibly empowering. And because I've done this for so long, like if you aren't operating this way, you want to do this work right now, whether it's with me or someone else, you want to make this a priority, because what happens is over time, you wire this into your system, and a belief is nothing more than something you've told yourself over and over. So when you start beginning to show up this way and wire this in, you will actually create neural pathways for this, and this will just be how you operate, and no more effort has to go to it anymore, right? But we got to be willing to accept that we're not there yet if we're not, and make that a priority, because that is a big priority. Makes sense? Okay, I'm going in for my run. Yes, the wiring is all jacked up. That's okay. It doesn't matter. It's fine. Just we do the work to shift the wiring, right? And if this is something you feel like is a super priority, I'll create, you know, extended payment plans. My clients always make their payments. I don't care about extended payment plans at all. When something feels like, hell yes, this is the work I need to do, we make it happen. End of story. Yes, also Unfuckwithable. I need to watch from the beginning. Yes, if you haven't watched from the beginning, go back. This is a good one. I hear you're so beautiful and sexy. Well, thank you. I received that. Your running is my bike riding. I get it. Sounds amazing. Total energy shift. Yes. Okay, guys, I'm going in for my run. I love you very much. Have an amazing day. If you're interested in this offer, just PM me. I'll get you the details as soon as I'm done my run and my call with my team. All right. No, and my call with my apprenticeship client that's coming up next. I love you guys, and you are so far away from failure. It's not even funny. And there is no fucking quitting. You're not allowed to quit. You're too amazing. The world needs you. There is no quitting. End of story. And what you get to do today, whatever is required for you to feel good, so you don't quit today. That's it. Just don't quit. Just don't quit. Just don't quit. I will not quit so long as I don't quit today. I will not quit so long as I don't quit today. You're just not allowed to quit right now. That's all. In any area of anything that you fucking desire. All right. I love you guys. Have an amazing day.